Okay guys, I'm back and I'm wearing the same clothes that I did for my Christmas booktubeathon update wrap up thing because I am pre-filming yet again. I have to pre-film so many videos for the rest of like this Christmas period and New Year's to come because I'm just working and I'm going to be going away soon. So yay for repeated outfit number 2. Today I will be reviewing Angelfall by Suzanne E, and this was highly raved about. I know Christine of the Pole and Bananas books absolutely loved it. She raved about it. I saw this on Amazon. I think it was a recommendation as well. So I decided to pick it up and read it. It's a fantasy novel, obviously, with the word about angels, and this is set during the future when there's been an apocalypse because the angels have descended onto the world and destroyed our world. Basically, they're now, they're now masters to humans, and humans are so afraid to do anything. They're just hiding in their houses. But there's like sort of gangsters or groups of men who go around to hunt for stuff. They collect angel parts if they find them and sell them off. And the story follows this girl named Penren who is trying to, run to safety with her mum and her sister, and her sister's named Paige. And I found it so funny because I read this straight after I read The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, and I think The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, one of the girls' names is Paige in there, I think. I mean, no, I'm wrong, sorry. I read the Bone Season and then I read this, and the Bone Season, the main character's name is Paige. Oh my gosh. So I had a little giggle. That's just me. So anyways, they're like running for their lives, and then they get into this, they see this encounter between these angels, and then all of a sudden their lives are endangered, and then Paige gets kidnapped. So it follows this journey where Penren tries to rescue her sister Paige, but she can't do it alone, so she teams up with an angel named Rafi. I think that's how you say it. I know she says it in this way, but I don't remember how to say it. Rafi, I think. And he's a warrior angel who's been defeated by a couple of other angels, and they travel together to San Francisco to rescue Paige. It does sound like a pretty typical fantasy novel, the angel meets the human, yada yada yada. The story is pretty typical in the fact that they meet, and then there's all these unwanted feelings, things that the angels banned from doing, and the encounters, I guess. But what differs between Angelfall and other typical angel novels is that this is a pretty dark and gruesome novel. I've never read anything fantasy-wise that's been as grotesque as this, and that's why I think I really liked it. That part of it. It's very mysterious, very dark, and you don't get that sort of angels are the best. And they're very nice, and you can't, they won't do anything wrong to us, when really they've come to destroy our world. So I think I liked that aspect. It gave a whole new depth to fantasy. It certainly made the reading a lot more enjoyable. I found that I wasn't getting bored, and I was really shocked at some points because of the really gross things that was happening, yada yada yada. I would have to say I didn't really grow attached to the characters that much. Penren is pretty badass. She's out there to save her sister, but I didn't get anything much about her. And this is a series though, so I hope her character develops. Rafi is the type of character who's just that little bit arrogant, really good looking. He's an angel, model features and yada yada. That makes him attractive. So yes, it's a pretty typical character, but he's got a really dark past to him. He has this sort of mysterious element about himself that Penren tries to figure out I need to stop thinking about Paige. And I think I'm sort of curious about him when the next book comes out, because I'm definitely will be reading the next book just because it's caught my curiosity. I need to probably know more. I want to know more about this series, about how the adventure turns out. The ending isn't very much of a cliffhanger. It's more of a, like, if you didn't tell me this was a series, I would have thought this would be standalone because of the ending. But then again, you want to get sort of more of a closure because it's pretty open-ended, the ending. It's just not a cliffhanger, so you're not really like left on edge. As much as the book received a lot of, you know, love, everyone, like, I think when I was on Goodreads, everyone rated 5 stars and was full raving about it. I didn't really enjoy it as much as they did, like maybe because I came into it with really high expectations. I felt that there were some bits that were really sort of dull, and I couldn't be bothered reading those parts, and there were some bits that weren't really realistic, like bits with Penryn and her mum, but then again, like, I've never lived in a world like an apocalyptic world, so I don't really know much. Like, I wouldn't have the experience and stuff about it. It was like, I think it was a really good read if you want to go back into fantasy but don't want to have to deal with all that like typical fantasy stuff, because this is very, very different, but it's not probably one of the best ones that I've read so far. I'm still willing to give the entire series a shot, like I said, but I am probably going to be rating this a 4 out of 5 stars because I think it has a lot of potential. It's certainly the writing style. A lot of people love her writing style, but I seem to find it a bit iffy. I don't know if it's just me, or like the way she writes is really sort of like mechanical, I guess. Like it's really like let's read this. I consider taking a shower anyway, not knowing how long it will be before I can take a proper one, but the thought of glacier temperature water hitting me full force makes me hesitate. I decide to do a thorough sponge bath with a washcloth. At least that way I can keep various parts of me from freezing all at once. Like, okay, we get that she's cold. And there's a lot of like I like at the end of it I was just like, oh my god, can you not? I know it's a first person narrative, but at the same time it's just like, oh, do check it out. I feel like a lot of people would really enjoy this. I did, but as I said, you know, there were some bits where I was a little iffy about. So yes, 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know when I'm uploading this. I'm trying to check to see, and then yeah. Yes, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye!